Hello, my name is Fred Plath. I'm the guy who wouldn't fly on that Alaska Airlines flight because there was a woman flying the plane. Maybe you read about me in the Times, I don't know. Now, I've been catching a lot of flack since then, but I think I made the right decision. I mean, if God had wanted girls to fly airplanes, he would have made them as smart as us men. I mean, can you just see a girl trying to land a jet while she's putting on eyeliner or something like that? I mean, let's face it, there are some things girls just aren't meant to do. Oh, for example, there's a girl running this camera right now, and I don't think she's photographing me very well. She's zooming in when she shouldn't be. Real.
This is Almost Live, and if you're like most viewers, you probably tune in each week just to hear me, the opening announcer, and then following my performance, you turn the station. But tonight, stick around for the entire show, because near the end, I'll be doing my Pagliacci Pizza promotional consideration announcement. Until then, here he is.
I know. Everybody here, it's really exciting. Everybody's really excited. It's been an exciting week in finance because we all got our W-2 forms this week. Did you get your W-2 forms? Isn't that great? Isn't that fun, you know? I got one from Taco Bell, you know, and I forgot. Forgot about those 2 weeks last summer that I worked there, but it's a nice little reminder. Other things in finance, money this week, they raised the price of stamps this week to 29 cents. Now, how stupid is it? No, yeah, exactly. How stupid is that? You know, we had this brief moment in the country when you could figure out your postage. 4 letters, $1, right? You know, now, I don't know. I would have rather they raised it to $1. 2 letters, $2. Now it's two letters is 57, 8, 7. I don't know what it is. You know, who can figure that out? Raise it to $2, $5. I don't care. Make it even. One thing. I know that Bill Gates isn't worried about the price of stamps these days. You know, I'm pretty sure about that. You may have seen the front page of the Times a few days ago. People see this? Yeah, we're getting some validation from the audience here. That's good. I like that. Audience participation. That's good. Seems that Bill Gates is now worth $4 billion. $4 billion. But he can't buy love. He can't buy love. He can't. He can rent a lot of sex, but he can't buy love. $4 billion. The Times tried to put that in perspective. You may have read this. They said, this is true, they said his personal wealth is equal to the gross national product of Bolivia. Now, they didn't say whether they were counting the cocaine money in that, you know, calculation. I don't know. But I mean, I think that my personal fortune, I think for my whole life, will probably come to close to, say, the gross national product of Chehalis. I guess, yeah, I think. $4 billion, this guy has. Do you realize that counting to 4 billion by 1 takes about as long as that first shot of the Enterprise in that first Star Trek movie? It's that long. That's that long. Got to laugh, Bob. All right. That's good. You know, I know that even that is hard to comprehend, so we thought we could put together a helpful guide so that you can understand Bill Gates' fortune. For example, Channel 9 would have to do a pledge break for 300,000 years to get that much. With that money, you could buy 7 million Hyundais with that money. Or pay for the yearly maintenance cost of a Fiat. Yes. All right. You know, yes. Okay, you could make Michelle Pfeiffer reconsider her no geeks dating policy. You could actually buy enough Bazooka bubble gum to send away for the catcher's mitt. And finally, you could buy 2 King Dogs and a beer with, of course, $4 billion. Right. And you know, money is very tight these days. We all know that. And to afford things, a lot of married couples have 2-income households. And that works fine as long as those people don't work at the same place, like the couple in this new TV show.
Were you looking at that girl?
No. No, I'm looking for suspects.
How dumb do you think I am?
No, I was looking for a suspect.
Married with Badges. He's a cop and a husband. She's a cop and a wife. Together, they're married with badges.
All right, I've just about had it with you two. Your paperwork is sloppy, you're constantly late for courtroom appearances, and you just about wrecked that patrol car again the other day.
It's his hemorrhoids. He won't go to the doctor.
Why don't you get them checked?
You see?
If you'd have just been a little nicer to her on the phone.
Look, I was nice to her on the phone.
You never talked to her and she thinks that you don't like her.
Hey, look, she's your mother.
You gotta remember, she's 75 years old!
You see, that's exactly my point. You're a grown woman, and she still has you wrapped around her finger.
Don't you start that with me!
You got it.
Yeah.
Honey, have you seen my hollow point bullets?
In the top drawer in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Where they always are.
All right, I'm going in. You cover me.
No,
What do you mean, no?
not unless you apologize.
I was just joking.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's a joking matter.
Look, it just came out. I didn't mean anything by it.
You know I am sensitive about that.
I'm sorry.
You mean it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now you want to cover me?
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. Come on. You look fine. Let's go.
Just a second.
You look fine. Come on.
I need to fill this in.
They're robbing the bank. It's not like we're going to meet the Queen. You look fine.
Just hang on.
Look, Muldoon and Creech are pinned down. They need a backup. Come
Fine.
on. Come on. Hands on the car. Feet back. Spread them. All right. You have the right to
remain.
Did you want to read him his rights?
Oh, no.
No. I mean, if you want to read him his rights, go ahead.
No. I mean, you seem to be the expert on the Miranda rights.
Okay, let's have this out right now. I mean, you always start this. I don't see what the big deal is about all this.
You know, it never occurs to you that maybe I would like to read someone their rights.
I don't understand
What is it? You think I can't do it?
No, I know you can do it. I know because I taught you. I taught you
Oh,
the
you did
Miranda
not.
rights. I taught you the Miranda rights.
When?
It was 3 years ago. You remember that weekend?
When?
At the Salish Lodge. 3 years ago. Remember we spent that weekend? Remember that? Remember that?
Yeah.
See, now, I don't know why. Why do we keep fighting? That was so nice, and it seems like, we need to, we really need to spend more, we gotta get that room again. We need to spend more time together. Okay, stay with us. We've got a great show, and we'll be right back.
Kirsten, it's Dave. I just wanted to wish you happy Valentine's Day. I know you think I'm a dweeb, but I just wanted to read this to you. It's important to me that you know you are free, because I never want to make you change for me. It's from a song. And even though I never met Todd Rundgren, I feel that we are connected spiritually, just like you and me. Call me when you and that guy get back from Hawaii.
Okay, good evening. Tonight's show deals with our Grateful Dead travel tours. This is a getaway vacation that certain segment of the population has been enjoying for over 25 years. But only recently has it become more popular among mainstream tourists. Now, The Grateful Dead travel tour is not for everyone. If you're conservative politically, somewhat religious, or you enjoy bathing regularly, this trip, it might not be for you. But I think many of you will be surprised to see how adaptable you can become. Bill?
Thanks, John. First of all, our organization will send you a questionnaire like this that you will need to fill out. For example, under lifestyle, are you a 60s deadhead or a 90s deadhead? Type of car, Volkswagen microbus or Volkswagen Bug? Seating section, smoking or not quite so much smoking? Return, Sunday or sometime in late August. After that's taken care of, it's time to turn your attention to packing for your trip. Here's our own Carolyn Wallace.
Thanks, Bill. Hey. Now, when you're heading out on a Dead tour, the most important tip to remember is pack light. But now make sure you have all the essentials. So leave those suitcases at home because everything you need is going to fit in this handy backpack. Okay, now start off with a crucial item. This is a flashlight so that you can look in the engine when your van breaks down on the way to Salem, okay? All right, now next, you got your brownies. Remember, the greener in color, the better. Okay. Let's see, you're going to need, I would guess, about 3 dozen bandanas on your trip. How about some earrings to sell before the show? Okay, and oh, of course, you're going to want to have that emergency celery. Real important tip here. I'm going to include a bottle of Rid to eliminate that nasty body lice. I mean, I like all living things. I just don't like them living on me. Well, now here's a final tip for some of you newer deadheads. It's called a meat belt. It's to safely hide that red meat that you crave, but I don't know. You don't really want anybody to know about it, right? Okay, hey, John.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Carolyn. Now, you might be wondering what to expect from a Grateful Dead travel tour. Well, besides 35-minute guitar solos, there are some things you will experience. For example, being hassled by the cops, the thrill of eating unlicensed food, finding creative places to urinate, seeing enough jugglers and mimes to block out the sun, and racing 45-year-old accountants to the front row seats.
This information isn't enough. We have a special travel tip from a man who's been on more than 766 Grateful Dead tours. Here's Andy Brett.
Thanks, dudes. Hey, remember, you don't need any money on a Grateful Dead tour. Use the barter system instead. Now, it's helpful to take along some items to trade. For example, 1 Dead CD equals a tofu burger and a cup of juice. 1 Dead cassette equals a loaf of potato bread. And 1 Dead 8-track equals 1 pomegranate. 1 T-shirt equals 3 apples and a smoke. And 1 extra ticket equals a place to crash for a whole week. John?
Okay, thanks. Now, well, I hope you'll give our Grateful Dead travel tours a chance. We'll send you an envelope like this. If you're interested, fill out the questionnaire. If you want to travel but you don't have the money together, just lick the corner right here of the envelope and kick back, okay? We'll see you later.
Hi, my name is Lisa, and I want to wish Doug Bradshaw of Federal Way a terrific Valentine's Day. Doug, you're a really special guy to me, and I want you to know in the deepest, most secret part of my heart, I've forgiven you. And I'm past the hurt and the humiliation. I wish you and Cindy Hansen the best, and I hope you'll be true Valentines for many years to come. And Doug, you can count on me never to breathe a word to Cindy about that time I walked in and discovered you and Jeff together. So happy Valentine's Day with hugs from your old girlfriend.
They're the people who really run this country.
Hey, you guys, I got this great accounts receivable joke. See, there's a secretary.
You work with them every day.
Great memo, Mr. Deppa.
And now, they're the hit of the TV season.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, look, we need to take a meeting.
Yeah, maybe after break.
Oh, I'm getting another call. Can you hold? Yeah.
They're the ineffectual middle management suck-ups.
One last note about my meeting with the top brass. While they think that we're doing a great job, they would still appreciate it if we would pretend we don't know them if we see them on the street.
Thank you very much, Tracy. That's a very good report. And I think that's it for old business, so let's move to new business now, because I think...
Sorry I'm late for the meeting of the ineffectual middle management suck-ups, but some terrorist just called and says he's planted a bomb in the building.
A terrorist?
Yeah.
From what department?
No. He's from outside the building.
Oh, a consultant.
Well, that's what I thought, but they explained he's not a consultant, that he's going to blow up the building.
I'm sorry. He's going to have to go through the proper channels. Tell him to talk to Miss Riley at reception.
Miss Riley just ran screaming from the building.
Miss Riley just left?
Yeah.
Did she say whether she sent that fax to Denver yet? Wait. We can't leave the building yet. We're only 30 minutes into this meeting, and you know we never take a meeting for less than 2 hours. That's just company policy.
That's right,
Yeah.
that's right. Sit down.
Okay.
But this is good anyway, because we all took that terrorism diffusion seminar. You remember last year in Vegas? Okay, good. So let's work through this. Let's try to identify the mindset and the goals of a terrorist. See what we can do with this. No bad ideas here now. Let's start off with, what do we know about a terrorist? What do we know?
Remember, he is more afraid of you than you are of him.
I believe you're thinking about tigers there, Bob.
Oh, that's right.
They're people just like us, only instead of using interpersonal skills, they use explosives.
Okay, great. People like us. People. Let's put that down. People. Anybody else?
They usually have type A driver personalities.
Good, that's right. Driver, type A driver personalities. That's right. They're very motivated.
Right, they're just like those people in sales, only they don't have really nice cars.
That's true.
Right. And what's the goal? What's their goal?
To blow up the building.
Right. Blow up the building. Now, a lot of times people would think of that as a negative, as a setback. But let's mirror that. Let's think about what are the good things about having the building blow up.
Less overhead.
Less overhead.
Oh, much less.
Good. Anybody else?
Better ventilation.
Ventilation. Good.
More office space.
More space. This is great. We're making progress. That's great.
Hey, who's got the loud watch?
Next week on the ineffectual middle management suck-ups.
Anybody seen my pile of facts?
Honey, I'm gonna be a little late tonight.
We're gonna have to change our 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Found a keyboard. We're in business. Good evening and welcome to the John Report. I'm John. Here's my report. The Kingdom is taking bids to sell brand name products at its concession stands. They've narrowed one category down to either milk of magnesia or Pepto-Bismol. State officials say that overcrowding at Evergreen State College is lowering the quality of education. As examples, officials point to a number of recent graduates who could not tie-dye a shirt or properly toss a frisbee. Meanwhile, at the University of Washington, a new fraternity, Alpha Kappa Lambda, says that instead of hazing, they will treat their pledges to French-dipped sandwiches. Ironically, Alpha Kappa Lambda is replacing another frat that got in trouble for giving its pledges lamb sandwiches. According to Campbell's Soup, Seattle is the top consumer of its cream of mushroom soup. Spokane is the biggest consumer of a soup called cream of what was left over after we cleaned out the vats. Local charity organizers are warning against bogus charities with sound-alike names. The Progressive Animal Welfare Society says to beware of a group calling itself Stuart Anderson's Black Angus Animal Welfare Society. The city wants to train 25 master composters. Right now, most of the composters have no training other than the skill needed to drive away quickly from a vacant lot late at night. A Canadian pulp mill used to try to scare sea lions away from its facilities with firecrackers and rubber bullets. Now they're inviting the public to a sea lion festival. With enough Canadians and enough beer, the rubber bullets may not be necessary. In Seattle, some Canadian geese will be moved to eastern Washington because they make a mess around here. Apparently, the Department of Ecology figures if they make a mess in a place like Moses Lake, who's going to notice? This week, Mariner catcher Dave Valley signed for $3.6 million. It sounds like a lot for a mediocre player, but the Mariners think it's worth it because, as it turns out, he's also the guy in the moose outfit. Lake Washington school district officials say they won't pay their teachers for staying overnight at the school with students during December's snowstorm. However, the administration said it will pay itself overtime for meeting to discuss the issue. Finally, Washington State University has decided to tear down 4 of the most historic buildings on campus. Opponents have organized a movement to save the silos. This has been the John Report. Thank you.
Hey, my name's Troy, and I want to send a special Valentine's wish to that bitch in blonde I met at Kachina last Saturday night. You're wearing that pink sweater and you drank strawberry margaritas. I don't remember your name exactly, but I think I really liked you. Anyway, I'll be at the firehouse tonight, and I hope you come by because I'd like to get to know you a little bit better and tell you some things that the clinic said you really ought to know. So be my Valentine, babe. Check you later.
Well, that's all the time we have tonight. Please be sure to watch next week. We're going to have an all-new episode of Mind Your Manners with Billy Kwan, so we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.